This court believes in justice. For your crimes, you were sentenced to a dance-off.
Let's hit it.
Villa Verdicts is now in session! This is the only courtroom where the evidence is screenshots, vibes, and being outside. Today, our defendants are Curtis and Connor. Curtis, you stand here accused today of causing a slip and trip hazard. Prosecution argues that you wear your heart on your sleeve and that sleeve is dragging. People are walking to the kitchen to make a cup of coffee and they're tripping over your feelings. Why?
It's a big sleeve.
From claiming Millie is your soulmate to Kira being your destiny. You're moving at physics-defying speeds. We're investigating if you're a misunderstood yearner or if your emotions are a health and safety concern. Connor, you stand here accused today of failing to enforce a no-entry policy. Prosecution argues you forgot you was in the Love Island villa. You were running a welcome center. Hello.
That's class.
From the human room divider bed sessions to the impeccable hospitality you gave to your own rivals. We're investigating if you were looking for a partner or just a 5-star review for your service. 2 different charges, same courtroom. Let's look at the evidence. Exhibit A.
For the first time in my life, I actually sort of feel like I know what I want.
It's me.
Got that laugh. Oh my.
What? Tell me.
Yeah, get a smoochy doochy with it.
All right.
Curtis, we're all friends here. Lean a bit closer for me. A little bit more.
Bloody hell.
Do you know what you want? Do you know? Do you actually know what you want?
Yeah. For the first time in my life, as I said on there, I actually do know what I want. I feel like I've got all my life actually together. I actually feel pretty good. I feel I love what I do and stuff. And this is the first time coming into the villa, I was so open and I'm so grounded in myself that I was like, you know what? Let's just let myself flow with my emotions. And Mill, she caught me off guard. She really, really did.
No, I was surprised to see you get so upset over certain situations, to be honest. Not every day you see a man be in touch with their emotions.
I think if you're solid in yourself and you know what's what, you can release your emotions because you're comfortable in it. Yeah. And if you're not, then you're not going to release them, are you? Yeah. I think more people should.
Hundo.
So, yeah.
That's words of wisdom right there. In previous seasons, you were seen with, some fiery personalities. I'd say Millie is more laid back.
Yeah.
Is Kira's strong personality what drew you in?
No, to be fair, she's super laid back, super chilled out, like lovely girl and stuff. She just, when she wants something, she blimmin' goes for it, and she's feisty on the old chemistry side. That's all I'll say in that element.
Okay, cool. You know what? So from man's perspective, yeah, when I'm gauging the thing, yeah. Sorry. From my perspective, when I'm gauging the circumstance, I gotta go code switch sometimes. Sorry. I feel like your chemistry, from what was aired on TV, obviously me knowing and being in there before, there's probably more conversations you don't have, but it seemed very sexual. It seemed very. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
Mate, it was 2 different ends. Obviously with Mills, it wasn't like it was a lot more slower pace in that element. But I think I was really thinking long term. And then Kira's just she's more free spirited.
I hear it.
The Americans are very more free spirited.
Man got American woman myself still.
No more needed to be said.
Yeah.
Then, yeah.
Listen, but the thing is, with her, what man's worried about is the whole. When the man them go on holiday romance. You fall in love for a week. Because of the infatuation and the way they looked at you in that moment of time and the way they might have, curled up the back of your neck and you get all oozy inside. You sometimes can't fall into that too quickly because that's when you get me, your feelings might get hurt. So if I'm advising from like a older bro perspective, I'd just be a little bit wary in terms of how you're going with that one. You don't want it to be too sexual too quickly. You want to gauge it, mature a boundary, fight it, and then, crack on.
I went from something serious and thought, you know what, let's just have some fun. And Kira's fun. So yeah.
She brought out the freaky C.
Oh, God, I was waiting for you to say that. They didn't air that.
From Villa Verdicts to OnlyFans, guys. Connor, moving on to your clip.
Wait, what are you doing? You can kiss me on the cheek.
There were 3 in the bed and the little one said,
Roll over.
Roll over. The banger still. Connor, what's going on?
I think the problem was, obviously, with Wit, it was a bit of she said she was a slow burner. I'd been putting in a lot of work, right? So it got to a certain point where I thought, listen, we've got the basis of a friendship, but it's trying to get to that next level now. So that's kind of what I was trying to do there. But man got swerved.
Yeah, man got denied.
Man got swerved, but I'll take it on the chin. It's fine.
You hear the slang with it.
I brush it off. And we live to fight another day.
You know what? It was a hard watch for me, I'm not going to lie to you, because I don't think Whitney dealt with that situation not one bit right, especially in comparison to what kind of advice she was giving out to other, like her friends and stuff, and the way she was dealing with you in that situation. I got bedges like you, like lovable guys, so nice, too nice for their own good. And I feel like she took advantage of your kindness and took it for kind of like weakness there still.
Yeah.
I kind of gauged that she wasn't interested in you when I was watching you lot talk compared to how she was speaking to other people.
With
in
other
there.
people, yeah.
Do you get it? I feel like she could have been way more clear with her feelings, because if I'm reading that from the outside, and a lot of other people read it from the outside like that too, then she should have just been honest in the moment and not wasted your
Definitely, and that's the thing. Like I was trying to be direct with her, but she knows how to skirt around and not be direct back with me. So I wasn't getting clearness from her. So I think that was like I was trying to navigate how she's a slow burner. That's what I was hearing. But then if you look at like when the USA getaway happened, she wasn't a slow burner then. Do you know what I mean? So if I had a bit more clarity from the start, it would have been easier.
Yeah, no, facts.
Somebody playing the long game in there.
We do love a gentleman, but at some point, there comes a time where you can't let things slide. Were there more chats that we didn't see?
With Whitney,
Yeah.
loads. Yeah, so I think how you've seen it, there's been a lot of things and a lot of bad that's come from her side. But also, like, I will back her in a sense that there was a lot of good stuff. So like when we're kissing in bed and laughing and having the jokes and fun, like I don't think the public saw that. So yeah, there was more to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, that's mad. I didn't know that still. Exhibit B. The jury had opinions on you both. Have you seen these guys?
No, I'm not
Curtis,
saying any.
Curtis finally found his match. Now they can get married by Friday.
It's a bit long, isn't it?
Yeah, maybe like Thursday.
That's more like it.
Curtis falls in love every 48 hours.
Well, I'll live an exciting life then. That's what I'll say.
That was a bit brutal. I think Curtis already liked Millie before coming into the villa, etc. Is this true?
I can't lie, I don't really watch Love Island that much, so I haven't really seen much on it. But I've never been a bombshell. So as you're a bombshell, you're watching the episodes before coming in.
Yeah.
So you're seeing what's what. And I won't lie, from watching the episodes, I was loving her attributes and all of this and that. So I think that's why maybe there's a bit of a deeper connection fast as well.
Yeah.
But then when I met her straight away in there, I was like, nah, I can see like what I'd want in somebody in the long term, Mill sort of got. So I think I just opened myself up very fast. Faster than I ever anticipated, I can't lie.
Felt hard,
yeah.
You don't watch Love Island?
Not really.
It's kind of hard to watch if you've been on it 4 times.
Yeah. And that's why.
I was waiting for that. As for you, Connor, no, I do really feel bad for Connor though. Whitney's been quite reckless with his feelings, has been said, which I agree with. I feel like man, I just didn't agree with that at all, not gonna lie. And imagine you were hypersensitive, for example, or like you get read into things a lot and it kind of made you feel like you're gonna dwell on the fact whether or not you're good enough or your character, and you start questioning your things, because there's a lot of people in the world like that.
Yeah.
Obviously, like meeting you now and watching you on the show, you're just a nice person. And I feel, you know what they say, nice people get taken advantage of. What's that saying? Good guys never win?
That's
Yeah.
Yeah, that saying there.
And that could be the case, but I think that's the thing. Like I just go with the flow, and I don't take things to heart. And also, like I like to give people a chance, and I like to like see things through. But again, it just came down to the clarity. I wasn't getting anything clear back from her. Because if I had that from the start, it would have been fine, cool. We're friends. I move on. I try to find another connection. So.
My brother, man.
The right one will be out there, brother. The right one will be out there.
Facts, bro. There's billions of tarpons, prawns. What them was there? Fish in the sea. Sorry, why don't you mean to
Plenty more
specify?
fish in the sea.
ZZ Mills said, to be honest, Whitney needs to release Connor and hear me out. Think Connor and Belle could be a thing. Now, what are you saying about Belle though? You feeling?
She's a nice girl. She's a nice girl. We did have like a little kind of chat when I first came in. Obviously, you go around, you do the rounds as a bombshell, you speak to everyone. And
naturally.
we did get along, you know?
Do you ever think about anything ever, particularly intertwined in there?
Potentially. I think you can't. I've gone in there, and I was having a conversation. I think this was day 2. And then I was kind of like dragged away from that conversation. And you know about that.
Man, no.
I don't think it made sense, maybe.
I thought you lot could be the little thing. Still, I remember there was a clip where you're walking past and she goes, right, your man's looking kind of sexy today.
I heard about that, yeah.
Yeah, fam. Before we move on, let me just touch upon one other scenario. There's a moment in bed where Whitney says to you, she'd rather have Shaq stay and you leave or something like that.
Yeah.
Brother, from there, I would have backed off I would have backed off my own wig, like in full disbelief. The woman that I'm getting to know is like saying to me she'd rather just see man leave and her next brother stay. And what's going on?
I know, man. So I'm a man of logic, right? And
Wait, hold on 1 second as well.
Okay.
I don't mean back off Whitney's hair, by the way. I mean like my hair.
that's weird.
Yeah, before you lot drag me for that stuff. Man never meant it like that because I know how the internet works. Sorry, carry on.
It's a difficult one because what I wanted to do, she was feeling upset. So two of her friends have just left. So first I wanted to kind of be there for her, but what I did see after is she told Scott first, right? She told what she'd said to me in bed, she'd said to Scott. I've now gone to bed not knowing, and she's then told me the comment that she said to Scott. Maybe that was because it was going to get out, or if she did want it to come from her, I'm not sure. And the first thing I was shocked. I was shocked, and I was just processing it. It's late. We had a long day, and yeah, it was just trying to process it. So I'm the sort of person that just tries to smooth things over, right? And in my head, I was thinking, we'll sleep on this in the morning, like I'll address it. But at that point in time, I didn't really know how to feel. And I know we kissed and stuffed after and stuff, and that was just me and my character, my personality. I just want to try and smooth. I want things to be all right.
Yeah.
Woke up in the morning and it was just festering in my head, and then we didn't get to have that conversation because USA Getaway. So then for 3 more days, we still haven't addressed this. So
That is the thing, because you're a nice guy, but you did just move over. But that comment was
Yeah, I
wild.
wouldn't have addressed
I even
it.
said it to you.
I wouldn't have addressed it. I would have said, yeah, done, dusted, dropped it. Yeah, I wouldn't even thought about going back there again after hearing that. I think that was a quite.
But what
that was
she did,
quite
what she
mad.
did also say after we discussed that comment, she did also say things that have happened in her past relationships. Like she didn't know if it was a self-sabotage thing. She said, "Oh, I don't know if this is too good to be true." That was what was said.
Not invalidating her past, but some people try clutch at straws to make themselves look better in certain situations.
Definitely.
So, obviously, I don't know Whitney. So maybe it could be true, but also keep in your back pocket sometimes that people can try and make you feel sorry for them to manipulate certain situations. She's done wrong in that situation. All she had to do, in my opinion, is take accountability and say sorry, and then be honest about your feelings, because that clearly shows that you're not interested.
Yeah.
In my opinion. So I would have just treated it like that. Moving on. The court has reviewed the evidence. Connor, you stand here accused of running a welcome centre instead of playing a game. The jury finds that you weren't a doormat. You were just providing a luxury customer service in a budget hotel. Like an Ibis, Holiday Inn. Verdict. Connor, you're innocent, man.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You're innocent.
I think you're innocent, bro.
Free Connor.
Yeah.
You're too classy for this postcode.
So basically me being too nice and accommodating people more than I needed to. I think it's one of them ones, it's my character. I want things to be all right. I want to be friends with people. I want to get along with people in that villa.
You got to be selfish, bro.
I get that, I understand as well.
And not selfish in like a mean way, selfish in terms of protecting your energy. Not everybody deserves your energy. Curtis! Now, Curtis, you stand here accused of creating a slip and trip hazard. You left raw emotion all over the villa, the floor, and gave us all whiplash, moving from soulmate 1 to soulmate 2. Guilty of aggravated intensity, professional yearner. However, because you were dumped early, the nation was robbed of your moves in the heart rate challenge. This court believes in justice. For your crimes, you were sentenced to a dance-off.
Oh, shit.
Do you know who against?
Please say you.
Me, I'm a dancer.
Let's hit it.
Show us what you're made of. Jeez!
Hit it.
I do Afro. My thing is like,
Yeah!
Gorgeous list!